Welcome to the Ranking Room. I'm your host Jude, and the division we're covering today is the Featherweight division. As of early 2026, the Featherweight division might be one of the most technically stacked and underappreciated divisions in all of boxing. One of the key elements that contributes to this is just how fragmented the division is. There's no one undisputed champion. Instead, the belts are fragmented, and there's so many contenders who are good enough to fight for a belt. This is a division that's built on quality matchups instead of household names. Today I'm ranking featherweights based on ability, form, and head-to-head logic. For the first section of this episode, we're going to talk about the world champions, a bit about their strengths and weaknesses and their style, as well as I'm going to rank them 1 to 4. In the number 4 spot, I've got Angelo Liao. He's the IBF World Champion. His current record is 26 wins, 1 defeat with 12 knockouts. Winning a title at Super Bantamweight and then losing it against Stephen Fulton. He then moved up to Featherweight and went on a very solid run, with his notable win being against Luis Alberto Lopez in what could be considered a knockout of the year contender. Very similar stylistically to Nick Ball, very come forward, all action, a lot of power. At the number 3 spot, I've got the aforementioned Nick Ball. He is the WBA champion and his record is 23 wins, 0 defeats with 1 draw. He's got 13 knockouts. Ball has been one of the most active champions in world boxing today, with his upcoming fight against Brandon Figueroa being his 6th title fight in 2 years. He's got notable wins against Raymond Ford, Sam Goodman, Isaac Dogbo. Ball is only 5'3", but he seriously packs some punch. One of the best gas tanks in the division, high power, and is the most entertaining fighter to watch out of the champions. Ball is a bit limited technically, and that may come back to bite him in the high level fights, but overall a very, very solid fighter. At the number 2 spot, I've got Bruce Shu Shu Carrington. He is the current WBC champion with a record of 17-0 with 10 knockouts. Bruce is the newest frontrunner in an already stacked division. Following Stephen Fulton's move up in weight, he got a title shot against Carlos Castro, where he secured an absolutely stunning knockout. He's been touted by many of the best boxers in the world to have a very bright future in the sport. Carrington is the most technically sound boxer in the division out of the champions, and also is the most well-rounded. He's slick defensively, good combination punching, and knows how to finish. At the number 1 spot, I've got Rafael Espinoza. He's the WBO champion with a record of 28-0 with 24 knockouts. What makes him so special is that for a featherweight, a division where the average height is about 5'7", he stands at a staggering 6'3", and he's far from your conventional tall fighter. He fights like a classic Mexican, plows forward, throws power punches, high volume. He is very dangerous. His defence can be lacking in fights, as shown by his fight against Robeisy Ramirez, where he went on to win, but he ended up getting knocked down. His stature, physically, makes him a domineering presence in the ring, and it would take an absolutely sensational performance from any of the champions to see him lose his winning record. Overall, the champions at 126 are an interesting blend of fighters, each having their own entertaining and unique styles, but as well as a few drawbacks. Outside of the belt holders, I'm going to discuss the rest, whether they've fought at the elite level or just an up-and-comer in the featherweight division. Here is my top 5. My first top contender is Nathaniel Collins from Glasgow. A southpaw who won top domestic titles like the British and Commonwealth, and after his explosive career-defining win against Lee McGregor, he challenged the European champion Cristobal Llorente. This was a final eliminator for the WBC, and he dominated the first half of the fight. But midway through he pushed for a finish, and he ended up tiring himself out. Llorente then began to gain traction in the fight. The fight was ruled as a draw, despite most of the boxing fraternity thinking that Collins had done enough to win it. Collins and Llorente now rematch some point this year, and the winner of that gets a shot at Bruce Carrington. I think he's stylistically and technically superior to Llorente, so I think he'll come through that, and then a fight between him and Carrington would be intriguing. Next up, I've got Robeisy Ramirez, one of the marquee amateurs to come out of Cuba in the last 10 years. Ramirez was fast-tracked to world level. Obviously, we discussed the fight with Espinoza, where he was actually able to knock Espinoza down. Espinoza switched off while stand switching, and Robeisy Ramirez caught him with a beautiful hook. Despite not getting the result and fracturing his orbital bone, he showed that he can stick with the elite level. He also has notable wins against Isaac Dogbo and Abraham Nova, and he is looking to kick off from a 1-year hiatus from the ring to push on to that world level again. Next up, I've got the former world champion at bantamweight and super bantamweight, Nery. His record is 37 wins, 2 defeats with 28 knockouts. Nery is now looking to move on after a crushing knockout defeat against Inoue. A fight with ball was on the cards before he was mandated to fight Figueroa. He is a high-level, aggressive boxer, though he has not yet been tested against the elites at featherweight. It'll be exciting to see who he gets matched up against. Next up on the list, I've got Aussie Sam Goodman. His record is 21 wins, 1 defeat with 8 knockouts. The Aussie put on a resilient performance against Nick Ball last time out in his first outing at world level. Though appearing to lack elite level power, he showed that against the division's elite he can cope technically and withstand the power and volume of one of the best. Next, I've got Mexico's Rey Vargas. He is 36 wins, 1 defeat, 1 draw, with 22 knockouts. Due to injury, he had to relinquish his WBC belt, but Vargas is still very much in the title picture. As he is the champion in recess, if he chooses to come back, he should, in theory, get an automatic shot at the title. Vargas is a 6-foot lengthy boxer who uses his footwork and range to outpoint his opponents. His most recent fight was a war against Nick Ball nearly 2 years ago. This was an intense counter where judges couldn't separate them. While it's widely debated who won, Vargas and Ball get a lot of plaudits for this fight. The only defeat on his record is to WBC super featherweight champion O'Shaki Foster. Vargas brings a vast wealth of experience to the world level and can give a torrid time to whoever he should face should he choose to come back. Next up, I've got Brandon Figueroa. He's got a record of 26 wins, 2 defeats with 1 draw. Despite being only 29 years of age, many think Figueroa's best years at bantamweight are behind him, and he's now a diminished power in the featherweight division. He has a chance to dispel those doubts against Nick Ball in Liverpool mid-February. It's rumoured that later this year, Inoue, the undisputed super bantamweight champion, has been touted to make the highly anticipated jump up to featherweight. He's torn his way through every division he's fought in so far. Can he do the same in feather? Let's discuss. In terms of star power and the ability to draw viewership, Inoue is second to none in comparison to the lower weight classes. Because his arrival to the featherweight division is so close, none of the champions want to lose their belt ahead of Inoue moving up. as this would almost certainly exclude them from the possibility of a fight that could define their legacy and give a generational payday. Because of this match, the matchmaking has been tentative in the featherweight division in recent months, as some of the top champions have not tried to unify, but instead just tried to keep their belt.
Thank you for watching today's video. Only time will tell what will transpire in the featherweight division. Tell me in the comments who your favorite featherweight boxer is.